So you have a place where the equations run away and they go to infinity, and you say, well, something's gone wrong, but maybe initially it was in these very symmetrical cases. But you could show by these indirect arguments that somewhere something's got to go wrong. You can't continue the equations of Einstein and they get stuck to the place where they go infinite, or what in detail happens, the theorems don't tell you. They just say that something goes wrong, and that's what we call a singularity.
And if a black hole is larger or smaller, the singularity remains constant?
It remains in there. It
remains in there, but it's not measurable in terms of its actual size?
I don't know whether you can measure its size very well, because the size, that's an intriguing question. You might say the size has gone to zero, but it could be quite complicated and irregular, not like the original Oppenheimer slider one, which all just, even then a point is the wrong point of view, but let's not go into that. No, there is something about the structure of these things you can say. They're not all the same, no.
The singularities are not all the same, but the black holes are not all the same.
They're not all the same, but there's one of those strange things about black holes, is that if you let them settle down, they're not all the same to begin with, but there are not many different things they can settle into. They can have rotation, they can have a certain mass, and the mass translates into the size of the diameter of the hole, and you've also got rotation, so they can rotate. These are
right, so I'm ready when you are, Isaiah.
Schwarzschild found the non-rotating ones, and it was Roy Kerr, an Australian, who
you already here?
produced a solution for a rotating black hole.
Rotating?
Yes, a rotating.
Can you see my team?
But then you see the remarkable thing is that's what they settle down to. So there are good theorems which tell you that a general black hole, which is very complicated, fairly rapidly will settle down and become one of these Kerr solutions, the rotating black hole.
I remember when I first saw that documentary, and I saw when they were discussing the shape of these galaxies, and that the center of it had this supermassive black hole that was slowly devouring the galaxy.
Yeah.
I mean, it is an unbelievably beautiful yet simultaneously terrifying idea, is that there's this infinite power in the center of infinite mass that's absorbing.
Did you get my invite or no?
Surely everything around it.
Yes, but it's not infinite mass. The mass is quite well defined. It's not infinite. But yeah, it's a good question. I mean, if you wait forever, how much of the mass actually gets swallowed by the black hole? You see, I think the picture is not just of one galaxy. But
do you see my team loading or no?
You see, our galaxy has this 4 million solar mass black hole, and we are on a collision course with the Andromeda galaxy. And I don't know how long. Maybe
some time in the future.
No, I'm joining you right now.
Probably spiral into each other, and there'll be one big one.
So it's definable mass, but in infinite density, and that this point, which they were speculating that this could possibly, in the center of these supermassive black holes, if you could go through that, there would be another universe.
Well, you see, that's
total speculation.
It's a nice romantic thought.
It's more woo. Is it more woo?
I'm afraid so.
It sounds so good, though.
Yes, I know. Well, it's a shame for science fiction, because it makes a nice.
Well, it's interesting that we try to make things more complicated than they are, because they're so complicated as it is. It's like dark matter, for instance. It boggles the mind that we don't really totally understand what 90+%.
Well, that's a good question.
And what is that stuff?
Well, you want me to tell you my theory?
Yes, please.
Well, you see, it's part of a story which, I don't know, about 15 years ago, I must have, years of passing by, I can't remember how long ago now. So I had this idea. You see, the universe as a whole,
it's like searching for you
expanding. Now, early in this century, don't ask me dates again, some people, by observing supernova explosive stars very, very far away, they found out that the universe is actually accelerating in its expansion. And some people found this very mysterious. On the other hand, it's in all the cosmology books, because there is that expectation. You see, in 1915, Einstein introduced his general theory. In 1917, he introduced what's called the cosmological constant. So you think of it was called lambda. You think of a V shape turned upside down, which is a lambda. And he introduced this term for the wrong reason, because at that time people weren't. There was some indication the universe was expanding, but not very clear. And Einstein, I guess, maybe didn't know or didn't believe it. And the Hubble's observations hadn't yet come to make a convincing case of the expansion. So Einstein thought, well, maybe the universe is static. It's kind of philosophically nice to think that it's sitting there all the time. And he couldn't make it do that. So he had to introduce this term called the cosmological constant.
Like my team's.
And he did that, and then not well.
My team's an 83 overall.
This Hubble showed that the universe does seem to be expanding.
Right.
And Einstein
Red and black.
regarded this lambda term as his biggest blunder, which is an irony, because it turns out that this term is probably the explanation for the expansion of the universe that we now see. So it's what people call dark energy. I don't like the term very much because it's neither dark nor proper energy in any clear sense. But let's not worry about that.
Right. It's an odd term.
Yes, I think so. It's a little confusing because there's dark matter as well, which is quite different. You have to not get them confused. But the dark energy, as it's called, or the cosmological constant, which, as far as we can tell, it is completely consistent with the observations. It's a positive number, very small, but seems to be producing this expansion. And I'm quite happy with that viewpoint, because it leads to a picture which I've been trying to plug for a while now, maybe up to 15 years, I can't remember. The idea...
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Mexico City Diablos and the Detroit Lions. The children will grow. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. Penalty markers down on the field.
Somebody's holding.
And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
But maybe it can be pretty boring when you see one of the legends back
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And left side here it's Graham. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 7 yards on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense.
I don't think
drag route to the tight end.
I don't think Eli's watching the thing. I'm trying to stop broadcasting it because it's like messing up. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Nothing. It messes it up. Hold on.
The main thing
yeah, he's not watching it. I'm watching it, and it didn't say he's watching it at all. Oh, he did? Oh, my bad. Tell him. Sorry.
They don't measure time because a photon has no mass. It travels at the speed of light. And
my bad.
The way relativity works, it means that the clocks stop. So, if it had experiences, the moment of its creation would be one moment, and the next moment would be infinity. And so they just zip out to infinity without noticing a thing. Now, you see, I've been doing work on this kind of thing, thinking more about gravitation, radiation, issues. It was a very useful picture to squash down infinity. A useful thing to think about here, if you've seen these pictures by the Dutch artist N.C. Escher. And there are those which are called circle limits. There's a very famous one with angels and devils interlocking, and they get all crowded up on the edge. And what you've got to think about is that this is a kind of geometry.
What are you on, Isaiah?
And the angels and devils live in that geometry.
To break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Oh, you got it.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3.
If you look at it from the angels and devils point of view, that's infinity. But from our point of view, we can look at it. And we have what's got
the first carry here for Ty Montgomery. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going, runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
You can squash it down, just like in the initial picture.
Movement there on the offensive line. A little quick and a 5-yard penalty. So that'll back him up 5.
The max equations don't know what to say. They don't care. They're just about as small as big, and you can stretch it in some place and squash it somewhere.
Full start backs him up 5. First and 15.
So this is much one way as the other way, which means more or less that you keep what the right hand. So let's not go into details here. But it means that if you have
Rodgers now to throw. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
But then,
fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now you can do a similar sort of trick.
Rodgers to throw on second down. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. Nifty move. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
It seemed to me a really good idea to have the condition on the big band and keep it continue in the same way. I should say the idea of doing this was a former student of mine.
Now Rodgers.
He used this to continue.
Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Graham. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. 26.
If you had no mass, you wouldn't notice it. Okay, but positive with mass when
to throw is Rodgers. Looking to throw on second down. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
I got lucky.
That sets him up for 3rd down. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short.
Then they get so hot, you can feel that mix. So they, like photons,
they'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
Crazy idea I had.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
But maybe our big bang was a squash down infinity of the previous Ian. So I'm saying our Ian go down the big bang.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Forced out to his left. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Jets are good. He's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really freaky combination. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10 once again for the 28.
Theories that are attractive.
I would say
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10.
Ideas
over the middle complete. It's Adams. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Man, I look at all my options.
And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
mathematical physicists reproduced the first cosmology models. And one of these was a one which has sort of bounces. Big Bang expands out and it contracts it. You have these bounces and contracts. So that was one of his models. The only trouble is if you put the regularities into these models.
They'll run forward with Montgomery. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On the sneak, Rodgers. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now, that was a little too conservative for my liking. It's only 2nd down, and they try to run the sneak. Give credit to the defense. They pushed them back and set up 3rd down.
Here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet.
More recently, and this is only just this year, I have 2 Polish colleagues.
Now this time Rodgers will throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Devontae Adams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals, they all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Ages and ages. But all that energy in the picture comes out basically in one point. Think of that Escher picture. And right at the very edge, you see there are an awful lot of angels and devils squashed together there. So that the entire radiation from that single black hole will be squashed into that little point. Now we're on the other side. What do we see? Well, there will be a big release of energy at that point.
And nothing doing on his first run. Back to
power versus power.
You see,
Mike Daniels makes the tackle. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is.
Not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
Damn.
25 to 26.
He's strong.
A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and just a few inches.
Times the diameter of the moon. No bigger, no smaller. Now you wouldn't see the whole thing because
They'll try to run for the first one. Running right through it. So he fought the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
And we seem to see these things. The analysis that the polls, the techniques.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
We look at the data and we seem to see an effect. Which, see what you do is you've got only one universe.
A first down carry for Henry. Fights through one man. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth so far. 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
There were 2 sizes, both within this size that I said, about 4 degrees across the sky. And there was no evidence of them at all in the simulation. So this is a real effect. Okay, then people forget to do this for no reason at all. So then you give them no one.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
If you work out the probability that this is a real effect, you come up with a confidence level of 99.98% that this is a real effect. So we're waiting to see what people say.
Allen going to try and throw on third down. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Kevin King with a pick. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
You know that Tommy Buns is here when you start getting tweets that say, my jeans are high and tight and I'm ready. If anybody ever started saying, calling each other mommies or saying jeans are high and tight, who steps away to his you look like a niche that you guys have carved out. Yeah, jeans high and tight. I know. And it feels
and now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here.
Like when I say
as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
Your show is fucking silly as shit, man. Your Mom's House. If you haven't heard it, it's hilarious. It's an awesome podcast. And now you guys have a real studio now.
Yeah, we finally.
So that changes things. Here's first and 10 all the way up at the 45.
Real professionals who are like, who the fuck are you guys?
It's just like what's happening in the podcast, man. Slowly but surely, podcasts are being forced to be more and more professional.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? So we got
first down, Rodgers.
Studio door. In this really nice building.
And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move. And then we see the NFL there.
Nightmare for the defense.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. As they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one.
We don't want to know.
So, do you swear? Like when you scream, you swear. Like, you fucking bitch! Like, you must, right? Yeah, sometimes. Well, you get crazy. It gets crazy, yeah. Yeah, sometimes it gets pretty loud, and it's certainly offensive to them. I mean, I feel like
now Rodgers throwing on second down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
It is. I talk about it sometimes.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
I just knew from times, whatever it is, ADD or whatever the fuck it is, I knew there was something wrong with my brain. Yeah. Like there's no way, or something right with it. I knew there's no way I'm ever going to be able to sit and watch this. I just can't. Yeah. I mean, I think back to when I did it for a while.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Jimmy Graham. As the first half is winding down. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 14-0. Elliott now to kick this one away.
Way worse than Roman Reigns. Way worse. That shit's way worse.
This is taking you to 13. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game. And typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Cement and pressure-treated lumber. So I was getting splinters in my fingers from pressure.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44s. They try again on first down.
I was so tired. And plus I wasn't hydrating correctly. And I was an idiot back then. I was just
a final shot before half for Allen. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or do they think that they were just bad plays to call? We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
In the summer. And so you're sweating like a pig.
First down, and they're going to throw without it.
You're sweating like a fucking pig.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You wear those little stupid masks.
Oh, the broadcast went out?
Jack shit. I mean, they might keep like large particles.
Throwing on first down is Allen.
And
pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
You're taking that stuff.
We've seen good color skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And
I'll leave it on for myself so I can watch it with review.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again to Henry. He'll get about 4 here. Down to the 40.
Yeah, Henry's a beast, bro. I got
The
beast.
second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
That's what you're doing every day. Here we go now.
Throwing his Allen on 3rd. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to go out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Who's your quarterback? Isaiah?
To pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique.
You're starting him?
He went for it, and he got it.
Oh, no wonder you're losing.
Where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, they're working on it for a little bit. Looking downfield for Jones. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit.
And that was a good throw.
Incomplete.
No, you're right. That was a good throw.
These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up.
That was a great throw, bro.
And find a way to start coming down with it.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Allen will try again on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 8 yards in the completion, but now he fakes 3rd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on him man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
There is no one that's got it together.
Trevor Williams there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down? The offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Dalvin away and bring up 2nd down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Allen to throw. Good throw again. And they get Jarden loose. It's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. Let's make it a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get out there one more time.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Allen going to go on 4th down. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands.
Pretty good out. I got a bunch of linebackers. I signed linebackers and defensive end. My defensive ends are super strong.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Rodgers going to give this one to Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So, boy, that's already the 3rd they've earned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the 4th quarter.
They do like, oh shit, no. Like, yeah. If you grew up in that environment, you wouldn't be special. You wouldn't stand there.
Rodgers going to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. He's only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
Oh no.
So this will be accepted as he moves the offense backwards.
East Atlanta and Marine Gardens and Abbott complex. This shit is no joke, right? And as we're there, I was like just thinking about like, man, like because all these kids came up to us because they saw the the cameras and the equipment, the boom and all that. And they were just interested in what we were doing. Young kids and their teams, but I just couldn't help but think about
1st down. He's going to let this one go deep.
Because it's still
And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Like the projects here.
They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Yeah, you just get a shit roll of dice.
Throwing again. Allen.
Crazy kids.
Steps away.
They have to do.
Yeah, it was a good throw, bro. That was a good throw.
Able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Mexicans, you come over here, oh, rapists and murderers. Hey, dude, we got plenty of rapists and murderers right here. Yeah, like, and some of them, I assume, are good people. Yeah,
on 1st down, Allen dancing to his left.
Some of them.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3.
People will lay out like problems, like tax problems. Like they'll lay it out. Like here's the problem with taxes in this country, and this is my plan. I want to institute a flat tax, and I want to do this, and I want to do that. But nobody ever goes like, these are kids that are growing up in these environments. The burden that they have is so much more than the burden that someone has if they're growing up.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down.
Extreme poverty, that's a real
And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now third down. The Lions on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
The cost of living is higher.
To the shotgun snap to Allen.
If you compare the extreme poverty compared to extreme
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 48. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. He takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Get things done. Sometimes they don't even reflect the childhood. You just need them to get out of your own way. Like it's all
his first touchdown of the new season, and the Lions have got it back to a 1-score game. Sometimes those tight ends are mismatched. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to drop those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural pass. The guys that make the big plays on the outside, you do work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough, they couldn't handle it. Worked down for 6.
Yeah, if you don't want to look at what you're doing wrong, you don't want to look at what you need to clean up.
Prater now set to kick it away.
They're scared of feelings. It's just a fear of, like, if I face that, what will that be
this
like?
Is fielded a couple yards deep.
Most of the time when you move, it's not as bad as you thought. It's the fear of that feeling is worse than the feeling itself.
Well, the feeling, even if it does
now
suck,
this offense ready to head back out there. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half.
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football. High percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch you.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. My music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bima Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
He's
got a man wide open, complete. And all the way down to the 29. And they rattle off a big one. And even 40 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
That's my biggest fucking problem right now. I should make a video just to shame myself of my office. But I get these packages and boxes and shit.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
My house looks clean, because, I have a wife. She's organized and stuff. But my office looks like I'm a fucking hoarder. If my office was my whole house, we'd be like, Jesus.
Again, this is Montgomery.
All right, I got home. I put,
and he's going to bring this one down right about the 20-yard line.
I got rid of a lot.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The objective there, and yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Go to things that I don't even own. Don't you have one of them? Yeah, well, what if I do get another Garmin navigation system?
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively, but there could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Here we go. 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
It came in that box. We should keep that box.
To throw is Rodgers.
We were all poor.
He's got Adams on the hookup. And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Everything is that precious.
Devontae Adams. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point. And it's now 21-7.
And it was also super important to return
Elliott now to kick this one away.
My mom returned fucking everything that she bought, and they got a new thing. Like, she's always exchanging.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
I might need this for the fourth quarter.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Online shopping is a real fucking problem.
From midfield, here's Allen.
Any other kind of shopping. You know where it's going to go to? It's going to be the
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down.
Well, the stores that
Now there
exist
is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Kind of surprised they accept the penalty.
The only thing that comes to mind for me is they want to move them back 5 yards because they feel good about their defense. But in most situations, you take the down. That's what counts more.
Restaurants, they're fake.
From the gun, it's Allen. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Kevin King with a pick, and they will take over possession of the football.
It's pretty good, I stacked them up on purpose, bro. No joke. I made it on purpose, bro. I stacked up my defense on purpose, bro.
That forces you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what you're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the ball. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. It's a pickup of 13, and with that 13 yards, this ball game just about over. And off comes to Montgomery. And he's going to find his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy trying to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That's one of the dangers of the quick game. If you only have a 2 or 3 step drop, if you don't get the ball to someone open right away,
It's just like get more points.
It's like it was old and it came back, yeah. And then older than even, yeah.
Oh no, for the what's it called? For the attributes, you score more, the attributes go up higher.
It's not like it's like a sexy look. We do that, we can go.
Oh, ugly.
Incomplete.
I'm not sure we can spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
You're wearing like some sort of fucking jumper suit. Go over to your neck.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
You see.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, they'll be disappointed with that effort.
It kind of stops you in your tracks.
They begin with Henry. And Allen to run. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Shorts. Yeah. You're like, Jesus Christ. Half of your vagina is hanging out.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.
Good game is that?
Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, You're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't easily compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
A choice.
So for our visitors, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings.
But there's a certain look.
That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Shirt and scrunchy socks with Timberlands on. That dude's just sucking dick. That's what he's here for.
And if you see that dude and you make eye contact and you just grab your dick, he's gonna come over and attack it.
Especially you with that beard.
Oh yeah,
fucking manly bastard.
Beard, man.